What's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing the Virtual Energy Blackout video. You coming in for the intro?
I am.
All right, I got my buddy over here. All right, so we're doing the Virtual Energy Blackout video. I'd be holding it here and showing you the layout, but it's an all black ball with like a really dark pin, so it's a little hard to see. So you're gonna have to take my word for it. I got my go-to layout on one of them, 4x4 by 3 3/4. That's the pin down. It's gonna help us smooth out a little bit. And we got one with the pin up. If you watched Chris Barnes's video, one of the things he spoke about before he even threw his was that he hit it with surface. I think he went down to 2,000, he said. As did I. I broke mine all the way down to 360, 500, 1,000, 2,000. So if it looks a little bit dull, it's because it has a fresh 2,000 surface on it. I've thrown one of them for a little bit, so it's going to look a little bit shinier, but it's got 2,000 under there, trust me. His, on the other hand, beautiful.
It's really crispy, shiny.
Like a marble. Yeah. I love it.
Mine's out of box. So has a reactor gloss on it. It's 5.5 by 5 by 3, and it goes long.
We're going to see some different reactions today.
Yeah.
Just you wait. All right, so let's go see what we find out. Let's see what these two different layouts do. I'll let you know what this ball is kind of meant to do, where it might fit in your bag, and if you need one today. All right, so let's go try it out.
All right, go throw some strikes.
All righty. Starting with my feet around 25 here. We've already shot one video on this pair, so lanes might be a little bit drier than a typical house shot. Okay, so we shot a video here before. 25 was kind of where I would assume to be, so I'm going to move like 2 left here. Go at 27. Try and keep my eyes in. Not a ton of friction to the right. Ooh. They said long and strong, so that went long and it hooked strong. Let's try it again. All right, so we're gonna move another 2 here. And if you couldn't tell by the reaction, I'll get to explaining that in a little. This was the one with the pin above my ring finger. A little bit longer of a pin here with a shorter buffer. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't thrown the one with the pin up with the adjusted surface on it yet, so we're learning both on the fly here. It looks like it's seeing it in the right part of the lane. If it's going through the pins like that, I have no complaints. All right, I'm gonna jump right into the pin down one. We've already seen what the pin up one does, long, strong. Let's go ahead and compare motions, see if we can see it, right off the bat, all right? So I'm gonna stand in the same spot. That was around 28, 29. Let's see what we find out. Alrighty. So, like I said, we're gonna just kind of make a quick change here. We're going to the one that's pinned down. See if we can see a difference in ball reaction. Same surface. Looks good. All right. So, honestly speaking, if you go back and rewind it, that's almost a perfect comparison if you can kind of see the difference in shape there. They both got almost to the exact same spot down lane. And one of them made a lot more shape in terms of how quickly it moved off the back of the pattern. For those that don't know what that means, quickly means how sharp of a reaction it makes. Slows down, sharper reaction. That's what faster means. Slower means ball slows down and is a little bit more archy. So it's not as quick when it transitions from, skid to roll to hook. It's a little bit slower, it's a little bit more gradual. That's what the second one did. We're gonna throw it one more time to see if you couldn't see the difference. I hope I execute like that again, so that'd be perfect. Let's try it one more time, really pay attention. All right. Same spot. I'm gonna move my eyes in just a little bit here. See if we can find a different shape. There we go again. Wow, identical shot. You throw it the same, they look the same, the pins fall the same. I personally love a little bit more of a gradual reaction, but I do understand when we get a little bit more oil down the lane, the ball starts burning up a little bit sooner. You need something that's going to kind of get down the lane before it flips. So having one and the other might be great. For me, I drilled both because I thought I would need both, and so far, both have been fantastic for me. We're going to let Buddy come out and try his with reactor gloss on it now, see if we can see even a different shape. with a different layout, different rev rate, different everything. Let's see what we find out from him.
All right, my turn. Scott just got done throwing a whole bunch of strikes. This is mine. It's really pretty, nice and shiny. It still has a reactor gloss. I have not changed the surface on this at all. It's 5.5 by 5 by 3. Very similar to drilling as you saw my Eternity Pie, where the Eternity Pie dug in really strong and everything. If you want, check out my channel, Bowling with Buddy. I've done my ball video review, and all I said about this ball was how amazingly it strikes, and it's awesome. Well, that was its Sawgrass. Now we're here at spares, different lane surface, different oil, different situation. Let's see how this ball reacts in this particular house, which I have a feeling is going to go a little longer than what it normally would at Sawgrass. So let's get lined up here. I'm going to start at, let's say 24 with my feet. I'm going to look at 12, 13, see what we can do. Oh! Hold on, where's my wallet? I know I owe Bobby Walters Jr. penalty royalty on that one, trip 4. Okay, so that ball jumped off the spot really hard. Really hard. I might have thrown a little slow, but so I'm gonna try and execute that a little better. And let's see what we can do. All right, standing 24 with my feet. I'm looking at 12. I'm gonna throw it right. Okay, I trip a 4 and I spin a 4. I don't know. Let's try and execute a little better.
You can get all your money back from Bobby now.
We're gonna try that again. I'm gonna stand about 26 with my feet, and I'm gonna look at about 13, 14, or about 7 down lane. Oh! That's what we call splitting the 8-9. All right, so my last couple shots, I've thrown it to the gutter, kind of thrown it out there to the right. I'm gonna throw this ball more on the inside now and just kind of give you an idea of how this ball shapes and reacts in the more heavy oil part of the lane. So again, I'm gonna stand about 25, 26 with my feet. I'm gonna look at about 13, 14, but I'm not gonna get it that far right. It still struck. It was still pretty strong on the backside, but it went much longer before it read, and it didn't have as angle of a response as it did on the outside. So that's enough from me, and I'm gonna hand it over to Scott.
All right, so we're gonna get one more good shot here with each one. Hopefully it only takes 2 takes. Just so you guys can quickly see the difference between the layouts, and then we'll get into what those layouts mean. Hopefully help you guys out. Okay, so the first one was the one that was pin up. Missed in a little bit, but I did move my eyes in a little bit, so doesn't surprise me. Still 9 pinned. We're gonna try and throw the pin down one of that same location. I'm not sure if it's gonna shape as much, so this one might carry from in there. Let's see what we got. All right. So I'm gonna throw one more with the pin down one. The only reason I think that one might have been a little bit stronger was because it did feed that one a little bit more to the right. Got it to the drier part of the lane. I said I wanted to keep it in like the other one. So pin up, longer and stronger, pin down, probably gonna see it a little bit earlier like that one did. Let's try one more. Give me one more shot. I'm gonna kind of move a little bit left here, see if we can get it to lay off. I might flat 10, I might 5 pin, who knows? Let's try it out. Okay, so same idea. We're moving 2 left here. See if we can get it to go through the pins a little bit better than that last one. Trip 4s are nice. There we go. So that's kind of exactly what I was talking about, where the other one stone 9 from that location because of the amount of angle it had going through the pins. You can see the 9 went late, the 7 and the 9 both went late, but it did knock them over. So the one that's gonna be just a little bit less angular for me on a fresher shot like this, where the backs are kind of, you know, nice and crisp, is going to be the ball that I'm going to go with. Let's get Buddy in here and recap and see what we figured out about this brand new Virtual Energy Blackout. All right, so we're all done here on the lanes. Not going to lie, I like doing these videos where I do something to a bowling ball and I kind of learn with you. And for the past few, it's been nice because what I've expected to happen has happened, and in this case, I'm very happy with the outcome. I try to be as honest with my audience as possible. You guys hear me? I'm not super high on every bowling ball. When I first drilled the one with the pin up and I left the surface on it, I wasn't quite sure where I'd be able to use it. Now that it's got some surface on it, shout out Chris Barnes. I'm not gonna lie, I did it first and then I saw his video and I was like, phew, somebody else did it. Makes a ton of a difference for me. Now you watch buddies go down the lane and I don't think I've ever seen a ball go through the pins like that for him. So
no,
it might be great for him that way. Me, I personally needed something a little bit different with these two layouts. So I'm gonna let him talk about his real quick because I don't wanna, wear your guys' ears off. Then I'm gonna discuss the layouts on my two bowling balls and what we saw in terms of shape difference.
So, but to be fair though, mine is shiny, okay? Yours is dull. If you were to have the shine I have on my ball in your hand with your ball speed and your rev rate, you would tear up the 6-pin better than anybody on the planet because your ball would never see it, okay?
Yeah.
Mine, because of my ball speed and because of my lower rev rate, I needed that gloss. I need that reactive gloss on the ball because it's helping me get through the fronts, retain that energy, and when it does see the friction, it takes off. And it does go through the pins. Not gonna lie, I mean, but the key thing is what I just said was the friction part. The ball's gotta see friction. And what I've experienced bowling with it at a regional, bowling with it in league, if the ball doesn't see the friction, it's not turning.
It labors a little bit, yeah.
It does labor, it just goes long. So just keep that in mind, guys. It's not a ball I'm going to use in fresh. It's a ball I'm going to use more in game 2, game 3, later on, where I need to get through the fronts, but then have a ball that can handle the friction and turn left.
One of the things I wanted to touch on, we just got done shooting the Eternity Pie video as well, and Buddy likes to migrate and show you how the ball covers different zones. The last shot what you threw with the Eternity Pie was way left and you flat 10'd.
Yeah, I did.
You just moved left with this ball.
Oh no,
and what happened on that last shot?
Yeah, spin 4, trip 4.
And then the last one, the 6-pin kicked off the wall and snapped the 10 out.
Yeah, it did.
So this is where I like to kind of draw comparisons between when you need a ball. The necessity is big. And I understand all these companies come out with new balls all year and people get confused, and being in a pro shop, they come to me, they come to us staff members. All these bowling balls, I can't buy them all. What am I gonna do? So that's what we're kind of here for, to fill in the holes, to fill in those gaps in your bag.
Yeah.
And obviously, I think both of these balls being similar in strength for you, because it did look like the overall hook potential was there. Then we start getting into, okay, now we need to cover spots in our bag that are gonna help us carry.
Right.
And when you look at maybe Eternity Pie on fresh looked great for him.
Absolutely.
I thought the ball read the lane great. I think it's gonna give him the most miss room. This ball looked cool, but I don't know if it's gonna give you the most miss room.
It doesn't give me a lot of miss room. The Virtual Energy, definitely, I've got to be on point with it. I've got to be in the right spot. I've got to hit that funnel in the part of the lane where it just kind of walks into the pocket.
But as you migrated left...
As I migrated left, I've got a little more miss room. But in the beginning, it's not.
And you're going to have a lot more carry.
Yeah.
That's the part that we're trying to get to. Where now this is where you can start looking to fill holes in your bag. If you have a big solid asim like this, and it's getting down the lane fine, but it's laboring in the back part of the lane, some big pearl asim like this can be fantastic. This is where I would love to have my infinite physics. Obviously, unfortunately, we don't make that anymore. RIP. My apologies.
So actually, if you want to watch my video, Bowling with Buddy, I did compare the Virtual Energy to the Infinite Physics because they have the same cover stocks. And they are very different in how their reaction. The Infinite Physics is much smoother, predictable, controlled. This is much more reactive, responsive, and angular than the Infinite Physics.
Do you think that has anything to do with the fact that the Infinite Physics comes at 2000? Because even though my Infinite came at 2000, it still felt kind of angular.
I think it's a combination of the weight block. I really do. I think it's a combination of the weight block and the surface.
I'm curious. Maybe that'll be in a future video. Today, I just kind of wanted to touch on the two different layouts. The numbers are going to be in the description below. Thank you guys as always for all the support. I literally wouldn't be anywhere without you guys here, TikTok.
We love you guys.
Bowling with Buddy on YouTube, Bowling with Buddy on TikTok as well. He drops in my stream sometimes. Again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. We got some more videos to shoot. We got some great releases coming out. I'm excited about the future of this company. Keep bowling up a storm, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Keep striking.
Storm Nation, baby.